Eric. Yes. Yes. Are you ready?
Yes, yes, I'm ready.
And where are you located? Just so that we know.
So I'm actually located in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is right outside of Nashville, so in the middle Tennessee area.
Okay, perfect. So no hurricane. We're doing
No,
hurricane checks.
getting lots of rain here. We've gotten a lot of rain here through the week, though.
Okay, so
Yeah,
almost a hurricane.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're feeling the effects of it overall.
Okay, so how are you feeling? You all right? You good?
I'm good. I'm good.
The art of code switching. Oh, I'm so happy for this one. All right. So do you need anything? You need any more time, or are you ready to rock and roll?
I think I'm ready to go.
All right, Heather Lee, let's do it.
All right. So thanks again, guys, for having me. My name is Eric Jackson, and I am a graphic designer specializing in branding and identity development. And I am also a graphic design instructor at Tennessee State University. This talk is more different than any of the ones I've done in the past. I've done many talks, lectures, designs, and presentations with the general idea of providing solutions and answering questions. However, this talk is designed to raise questions. My talk is about the highly debated topic of code switching, or does it have to be controversial? The overall goal is to simply make you think. I was born in the late 70s and raised through the 80s back in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. I must say, it was always an interesting place. I was born to Black parents in a Black neighborhood where I attended a Black school with all my Black friends and attended an all Black church. After graduating from high school, I found myself headed to Middle Tennessee State University. At the time, the university was just under 18,000 students and approximately 80% white, a definite culture shock to say the least. Literally, I found myself in my first English class with a white female instructor, along with 10 white female students. Even though I didn't realize it then, it was the first time in my life I felt I needed to alter my tone and articulate differently in order to become a part of the conversation. Historically, the term code switching refers to the alternation between two or more languages, dialects, or language registers in the course or discourse between people who have more than one language in common. As we look deeper at code switching and the preset connotation of who will make the switch, we discover reality camouflaged into today's society. The reality is that the same connotation challenges the idea of absolute diversity. Since we've entered the 2000s, the term is broadened to include more aspects than speech and more expectations regarding how marginalized groups should switch in order to be accepted. It's included other things such as appearances. It's obvious that trying to exist in these worlds can make certain things stressful. Of course, that's definitely is not healthy. As a senior design student, I did my internship at BMI in the direction of the influential Mr. Thomas Kane. He was a senior director of writer publishing. One day, I asked while speaking to Thomas, "Can I ask you something?" I'll never forget how he slowly turned to me and said, "Ask. You're an intelligent young man. Slow down, enunciate, and present yourself as such." Well, I'm glad you asked. This conversation with Mr. Kane and many others in my life reminded me that out of all the perceptions, the most important one was my own. If I was not satisfied with that, there are some things I needed to rethink altogether. As I reflected more about my life and how I was evolving, it was interesting, sometimes funny. Would my coworkers have any idea who Red and Meth were? Would my family and friends embrace the fact that I listened to Stone Temple Pilots on purpose? I'm sure there'll never be just one cure for code switching, but with so many opinions and perspectives. However, my suggested cure ties back to the mentality of the individual. One of the things that I always tell my students is, of course, present yourselves as you want, as seriously as you want to be taken. Not to the level of satisfaction to appeal to the culture of others, but to the satisfaction of yourself. Being totally honest with yourselves creates your own peace of mind. Code switching has power to be a force when you're simply being who you are, channeling your intellectual lexicon, featuring your morals and principles, while also fitting into the situation at hand. There's a time and there's a place, and the biggest thing is to learn to approach opportunities when they present themselves. Being yourself in the midst of all, of course, can allow you to be a good switcher as well as the inventor of the code. I've learned many lessons from allowing things to get me out of my normal characters. In the long run, I simply learned that the easiest person to ever be is me. I challenge everyone to learn to code switch while continuing to be you and accept the differences of other people and cultures along the way. Thank you. Just want to thank everybody. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the talk. I can be found, of course, on Instagram at the Jackson Designs. Definitely frequent there pretty often. Also, want to invite everybody to check out TSU Art and Design on Instagram as well for Art Talk. That's one of the cool things that we do throughout the semester. Last year, we had some great designers such as Bobby C. Martin Jr., Cheryl D. Holmes Miller, Bisa Butler, as well as Michael Beirut. And we're kicking off the fall this semester featuring Forrest Young, Art Sims, Elaine Lopez, and of course, Daisy A. Patton. So I want to say thanks to all my family and friends, my awesome wife, Erica, as well as my children, godchildren, Ashanti, Malik, Mila, Jaden, and Jocelyn.
Thank you, Eric.